the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Hey! Good morning, my nerdlings. How are you today? Everyone got their cup, coffee, tea, whatever you got? It's time to dig into it. Oh, good morning, Penny. Grandkids, kiss them babies for me. Good morning, Omari. Eventually, all movie posters will have AI. Yeah, pretty sure. Good morning, Kino. Good morning, Nerdling First Class Kino. Good morning, CEO Star Wars Non-Toxic Elites. Good morning, Creative Blue Collar Guy. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got some stuff to talk about. We do. I mean, we have stuff to talk about every day, right? And I apologize if there's any wonkiness. It is storming its balls off here right now in Middle America, the very center of the United States. It is storming. It really is. I hope everyone slept okay. I did not. Online drama and all that. You know, you try not to let it bother you. You tell yourself, these people don't know you. They don't know you. They don't know who you are. They don't know your life. But, you know, sometimes you just can't help it. I am a lady, you know. Lady emotions. Things get to me sometimes. But we've got a lot of stuff to dive into today. There's some online debate going on about the Fantastic Four posters. And I can kind of see both sides, really. I really can. And we'll get into that in a minute. But I want to kind of go through our appetizer before we get to the meat and potatoes. There are a couple of things that dropped in the last 24 hours. F the haters. Good morning, Loki. Good morning. I'm so glad that all of you want to be associated with the likes of me. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys more than you realize, especially to the ones that like stood up and defended me in the last 24 hours. I super appreciate that. You have no idea. Like, I'll go grab Dave. Like, oh, look, that's so nice. So I really love you guys. You guys are the best. Okay. So first and foremost, I thought this was pretty cool. According to this Geek Vibes Nation, I'm not really seeing an actual source on this. In fact, while we're looking at it, I guess I could totally look it up on Production List. But if you watched any anime in the late 90s, early 2000s, then you're very familiar with Gundam, the giant mech suits. I mean, if you watch any Toonami, if you watch any Toonami on Cartoon Network, then you're probably very familiar with the Gundam. And guess what? Confirmed. I just confirmed it on Production List. It's actually been in the works for quite some time. Brian K. Vaughan, you know, from the what was it called again? Where did my brain just go? I don't know. My brain just farted really hard. But Brian K. Vaughan's a comic writer. Didn't he do the Kingsman stuff? Wasn't that him? But he's listed here on productionlist.com as a writer. So sorry, I got schmutz on my lens. And it makes it very hard to read without getting a splitting headache. There we go. Okay, that's better. So we got Brian Chinjowski as the producer, Cale Boyder, Jordan Vaught Roberts as the director, and Brian K. Vaughan as the writer. So apparently this This carries some weight, but this has been on production list for almost 2 years. So apparently there's been some movement forward. A live action Gundam movie officially in the works with legendary Bandai Namco Filmworks set to produce, Jim Mickle to direct. That's not what production list says. Production list says Jordan Vaught Roberts. So take this with an absolute grain of salt. Loud noises! Untamed Mando. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. She loves Gundams. She loves Gundams, guys. How can you not? Omari, I was raised on Tsunami and endless hours of Dragon Ball Z. Wait a minute. Is your name Ashton Kessler or Emma? You might be one of my children. That sounds super familiar. Good morning, Nerdling First Class Backyard TARDIS. Good morning. Yeah, Loki. I'm not hearing any Japanese names. Yeah. So, this, according to production list, the production list says that it was due to start shooting in January of last year in Ireland. It's been in development and pre-production since October of 2023. So again, since this person here, since Geek Vibes Nation has not produced any kind of source, we are going to take this with a very, very small grain of salt. Keep it cash, super casual. Okie dokie, artichoke. So despite what you may be hearing, first of all, it doesn't make us racist to say that Jonathan Majors is not returning to the MCU. If you're aware of any of the online drama involving me in the last 24 hours, that'll make sense. Yeah, so there's been some rumor that Marvel is bringing back Kane. They're bringing back Jonathan Majors as Kane, and it's just not true. It's not. Kino, are they waiting for Voltron before they fully invest in Greenlight? That is an absolutely excellent question, an excellent point. They probably are. In fact, let's look up Voltron while we're at it. And while that's pulling up, do we think we need Kang to come back anyway? The storyline wasn't going well. It was not going well. We were not responding to it. Not the way Disney wanted us to. The only time that Kang ever really made sense at all to me was in Loki season 2. Loki season 2 was great. I really enjoyed it. I didn't know you were in Twitter, Johnny. Sorry, would have joined the fun. Oh, it's there, my friend. It's there. I'll just be honest with you. Cinehouse was saying that that nobody's mentioning Robert Downey Jr.'s past drug issues and his imprisonment. His career is fine right now, but Jonathan Majors, everyone wants to bring his up. And I was like, well, there's a couple of reasons for that. One, RDJ was doing drugs. He was only hurting himself. Jonathan Majors got an altercation with his girlfriend, and it came out that they were in a completely toxic relationship. And Robert Downey Jr. has 30 plus years to grind and work and rebuild his good name and stay clean. This just happened to Jonathan Majors a year ago. And I got accused of being schmacist. So that's the drama. I got compared to some really horrible things. I got called some really horrible names. Accused of just another white lady lying on a lying on a man of color. And I'm like, no, that's not what's happening here. That's never been my concern. So, right, Tim Allen. Tim Allen. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I was alive during the 90s and early 2000s and old enough to have good memory of it. And Robert Downey Jr. caught a bunch of flack for his legal troubles. It ruined his career for quite some time. Okay. He was the butt of a lot of jokes for a long time, all through the 90s, early 2000s, until he got Iron Man. Okay. It was a whole thing. And he worked his butt off to get to where he is. I agree. I don't think that those two situations are the same. And I firmly believe that if these people knew me personally, they would never have called me those names because could be further from the truth. So I don't know how to make people aware of this, but being a very noticeably disabled person in the United States doesn't win you any popularity contests or anything like that. But anyway, it was a massive risk. It was a massive risk to hire him as Iron Man, and Robert Downey Jr. even knew. He knew the risk they were taking for him. It's well documented. I love you, Kino. Love you, Nerdling First Class Kino. Thank you so much for you guys' support. It's you try not to bother you, but you spend 5 years trying to build this presence in this community, and we all know how one rumor can grow and spread and completely destroy everything you've worked for. So, and I got called a lot of names growing up. A lot of really, really bad names growing up just for the way I was born. So, getting called names, I don't exactly handle it like, like I'm sure everybody has trouble being called names. I don't even know why I'm getting off on this tangent, but yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I get real sad. I get real sad. John Favreau had to push really hard to convince the studio to cast him. Yes. And that was almost 20 years after what he went through. I love you, Untamed Mando. Thank you. Listen, I was just talking about this today. Many, many years ago, I did go to jail for 24 hours for something really, really, really dumb. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't break the law. I maintain. But because I was disabled, they put me in a holding cell with a dude. It's a whole thing. I shouldn't even be talking about this right now. Shouldn't even be talking about this right now. It was a horrible situation. So when people called me names like what they were calling me yesterday, it really hurts because I've been through some shit, man. I've been through some shit, and it's not nice. But you do what you can. You do what you can, and Jonathan Majors has got a long, hard road to hoe. He's got some work to do on himself in his career, and Disney is not willing to take that risk right now. I'm just saying. I don't think that any of those rumors about him coming back are true at all. Jonathan Majors himself has told TMZ that it's just not happening. It's just not. Even if they were willing to take the risk on him with his legal issues, the story itself, the King storyline, was not doing well. People were not paying money for it. They really screwed the pooch with Quantumania, and that's on Victoria Alonso. I firmly believe that. We lost the majority of action scenes from that film because she ran off 25 VFX companies. Not 25 VFX people, 25 VFX companies. That's hundreds hundreds of employees she ran off for how she mistreated them. And that removed minimum 11 action sequences and scenes from the film and changed the film entirely. It made it really dumb. So I really enjoyed Loki season 2. I liked that, but the Quantum Mania was just a mess. It was not doing well. Dear Lord, please cast Jonathan Majors as T'Challa in the near future. Oh God, the internet would absolutely implode. It would implode. All right, let's move on from this. Oop. I don't know if we want to do that yet. Where am I at? I don't know where I'm at in my own computer. Okay, here we go. This is one of my favorites. I love anytime some halfwit who doesn't know any better asks Harrison Ford a stupid question. Like, if you are an entertainment journalist and you are not completely aware of Harrison Ford's complete lack of interest in any fandom he's a part of, except probably Indiana Jones, then you probably shouldn't be journalizing. This is like one of the most well-known things in entertainment news is Harrison Ford and his crotchety old manness that is just super hot. Anyway, Harrison Ford, when asked who would win in a fight between Red Hulk and the Hulk, Harrison Ford says it falls into the who shot first category. So the answer is Greedo. Oh, I love it. I just love it. Yeah, I'm sure. But it just makes them look really stupid because Harrison Ford does not care. He does not care. But I love that his answer is Greedo. Who would win in a fight between Hulk and Red Hulk? Greedo. Han did shoot first. He was the only one to shoot. To hell with the special editions. Omari, I just fell in love with you. I hate the special editions. And I interviewed the guy who did the VFX for the special editions and was Boba Fett. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like, if you're going to do the special editions, that's one thing. But to completely get rid of all original versions that made you famous, that's just dirty. Why can't we have both? My family had the entire trilogy on VHS, the original trilogy on VHS. And my mom donated that to a nursing home. And she claims to be a huge Star Wars nerd. You a liar. And I'm about to donate you to that nursing home. Okay? That was stupid. Good morning, Maria Graciela. Good morning. Where eyes? I'm clicking you. There we go. Good morning. Kino, Ford does the work, cashes the check, moves on to the next kid. That's right. He's a carpenter. Man's a carpenter. He just is. Loki, I'd rather have him go shoot first than have Han die like a chump. I'm right there with you. Yep. Nursing home for Kat. That's where she's going. She brought this on herself. All right. Next. She was planning for the future so she can watch those tapes in the home. Funny. Okay, so now we have this little bit. We got some news from Jurassic World, and there's a new trailer. So, why is this? It's not letting me. This is really weird. The software is not letting me expand this to full screen. That is a challenge. I'm going to have to. Oh, God. Me and my software, live streaming software woes. Okay. So Jurassic World Rebirth will feature a new mutant dinosaur species with the design inspired by a T-Rex, the Rancor, and a xenomorph. Good morning, Fernando. Good morning. So yeah, they're gonna have a mutant dinosaur inspired by a Rancor and a xenomorph smashed into a T-Rex. I can only imagine what that would look like. I can only imagine. And they dropped a new trailer, which we're gonna watch here in a second. But let's go ahead and watch that. Let's go ahead and watch that because there's other stuff. Let's see. Where's it at? Okay, so we'll just, if I'm on Baldonia, go back to you. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna just add the video if that's okay with you guys. I'm so burnt out from Jurassic Park. It's becoming Dinostopia. Yeah, it's pretty much. That sounds stupid. Then people make 700 million. Backyard TARDIS. The Jurassic World Rebirth trailer is awesome. Yeah, we're about to watch it. Let's put it up now. If I can get my mouse to cooperate. All right. All righty. And away we go. If I can. Jeez Louise. Ah! So frustrating.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora Bennett. On mission.
Zora Bennett.
Sorry, what mission?
This would be a medical breakthrough that could save countless lives. It comes from the largest dinosaurs on the planet.
Oh my god.
Fortunately for us, all
It's
these
tail.
species exist in one isolated place.
Oh,
Can you be ready tomorrow?
I can guarantee your safety.
cinematography is pretty dope.
More or less?
More or less.
He's your guy?
Oh.
That moving things and people in and out of places they shouldn't be.
Misappropriation of funds. All the funds have gone
Why's that?
towards paying for the software.
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
This island was the research facility for the original.
I love Mahershala. I really do. And I hope we get to see him as Blade.
Biggest dinosaurs. Do we have to get a sample from an egg? I suppose we
Probably.
could, parent, but they're a flying carnivore the size of an F-16.
Fair enough.
Maybe we should make it quick.
Yeah. Probably. Ooh. Oh, that's so scary.
These
Oh, that's
dinosaurs
gorgeous.
were too dangerous for the original park.
I'd still
Raptors.
I'd still visit.
The worst of the worst.
Oh my.
Left here.
The worst. They just left the worst of the worst on an island. Oh, did you see it? We're gonna have to scroll back and pause. Zoom in.
We put ourselves in
Uh.
a place we don't belong. Survival is a long shot.
That water is so gorgeous.
What the hell are those? They're helping the mosasaur defend territory, stalk, hunt.
None of what you just said is good.
No. Why do they keep bringing children with them on these things? Why? Why do you keep bringing children? That makes zero sense. Okay, so let's scroll back and see our mutant dinosaur. Is it going to let me? One thing that sucks is trying to scroll through. It doesn't show you the frames. Like if what was I gonna say? Okay, here we go. Come on. Come in. Dag nabbit. Ah. It doesn't let me go frame by frame. It's super annoying. Okay. Look at that. That is disturbing. That is absolutely disturbing. Backyard TARDIS. If they made a new Jurassic movie every other year, I'm here for it. I do love dinosaurs. I really do. Loki ScarJo is still great, but I just can't care about the mutant dino movies. Hope everyone has a good time. Yeah, I hope everyone enjoys it. I mean, if you go see it and you enjoy it, that's wonderful. I think that's great. But this is disturbing. This is, what does this remind me of? It reminds me of Pumpkinhead. That's what it reminds me of. Pumpkinhead. Really paid homage to the books and went back to the actual core story of Jurassic Park. Yeah, I did. You know, the first Jurassic Park book was required reading for me in high school. 95, I believe, is when I was told I had to read that. And I did. I read it. But yeah, doesn't this look like Pumpkinhead to you? If you have seen Pumpkinhead? That's crazy. Now it's this right here. I'm trying to get to it and doesn't let me go frame by frame. So I have to do this. Oh my good grief. Where's it at? It's born. I think it's right after this. There's that. And then, oh, someone was stuck in there. Yikes. Yikes. It looks pretty good. This is some harrowing stuff. Very exciting. The cinematography is gorgeous. The island's beautiful. This Pumpkinhead dinosaur is very scary. Here he comes. I'm trying to get the shot of him in the light. And there we go. That's just, man. That is so disturbing. Look at that. I'll tell you one thing. This might be the first Jurassic Park movie to actually like scare me. Like, that's terrifying. But yeah, that's super, super scary. What? Who knows why madmen do what they do? Here's one terrifying looking mutant dinosaur. Terrifying. All right. So, yeah. This is coming out in July as well. July's going to be crazy good for the box office. Crazy good. This is going to be, we've got Superman on the 11th, Fantastic Four First Steps on the 25th, and Jurassic World Rebirth some point in between. At least we've got 3 good movies coming out in July from what we can see so far. If you like mutant dinosaurs that look like Pumpkinhead. But not bad. Not bad, I gotta say. Not bad. All right. Moving on so we can get through all of this. Dude, Justin Baldoni has decided, this dude, I just don't trust him. I keep saying that. I do not trust him, but I feel like I feel like he's just trying to get himself completely obliterated because now he's dragged in Taylor Swift, who is one of the most, I mean, come on, whether you like her or not. I'm not a Swiftie. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I do not care for her music. I don't care for her, generally speaking. But she's very wealthy, very powerful, and she has one of the biggest fan bases on planet Earth. And you want to drag her into this? Does that seem like a good move there, Justin Baldoni? I don't think it's a good move. I think you just called down the thunder. I think you just won that lawsuit for the Reynolds Lively family. Because it's well known, besties. I'm waiting for the Lifetime movie on this. Blake Justin. Oh God, isn't that true? There's gotta be. There's gotta be, because this is what this is. Call in the Swifties. Yeah, here they come. They're coming for you now, Justin, you dumbass. Like, he's not done one thing to help his case. Yeah, I agree. None of this stuff needs to be dragged into the public eye. Why are you doing this? Do you need attention that bad? He's some deep. That's all we know. He's just a nobody who directed this movie he starred in alongside Blake Lively, and he treated her like crap. She's probably a bit of a diva. I'm not going to lie, but he did some dirty shit, man. What grown ass man would tell a mother of four, like literally mansplain to a mother of four how childbirth works, just so you can get a chance to see her naked? That's what that was. He just wanted to see Blake Lively naked, and he left it wide open for every cast and crew member on set to see. And those are all things that you're not supposed to do. That's why you have an intimacy coordinator, so they can make sure that everyone's comfortable and that people aren't just there eye humping her hoo-hoo dilly and whatever. And he did stuff on purpose just to be a gross turd. And now he has launched this website called lawsuitinfo.com, where he says he's got the chain of events, order of events. And it just starts off for like 20 pages of himself off. What a great, it starts off with all these emails between him and the author of the book. It Ends With Us, or whatever it's called. And how she's telling him, oh, you're just the perfect person to direct and star in this movie. You're just wonderful. You're so wonderful. This has nothing to do with the Blake Lively suit. You're just patting yourself on the back for the world to see. Yeah, Hollywood is just she makes me shake my head. Nobody on earth should fear the Swifties. I tell you what, though, they'll make you lose some money real fast. And I don't think he can afford to lose any money with this lawsuit. So the ball boy angry that he didn't bang Blake. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's exactly what it is. He did some pretty uncouth things to her on set, and you guys know that I'll try to be pretty reasonable about things, but if I was in Blake Lively's place, I would be pissed. I've had 4 kids. No, I was not butt ass naked when I gave birth to every single. That's stupid. Why would you? Ugh, he's so stupid. He's so stupid. And if I was filming a scene where they manipulate me and bully me into being nude while I'm doing this. I wouldn't want the monitors on for the whole cast and crew to watch either. And he did that to her. Like everyone, like the makeup department, craft service, the randos coming in making deliveries got free shots at Blake Lively's nudity. And it just, and now he's just steady going around trying to upload all he can, saying, see what a nice guy I am? Here's all my nice guy proof. Listen, as a woman who has existed as a woman out in public, I'm here to tell you that when the guy's like, but I'm a nice guy, here's all my nice guy things, that's a red flag, because nice guys don't have to sit there and explain and show evidence that they're a nice guy. That's, anytime I hear or see some dudes saying that, that's like instant creeper alert for me. Yeah. And sorry, Streamlabs, but I agree with Fernando. Ryan Reynolds should whoop his ass. Like, that's my wife, dude. What did... No. So, I'm not saying that Blake Lively is a perfect person. I'm not saying that, she's handled this perfectly herself. But the fact of the matter is, what he did was dirty. And it's just not cool. It's just not cool. Male feminist behavior in action. That's nice pool for you. People. Okay. Oh, no. I've got something else. Okay, so remember we talked about I found on production list that XOLO had been cast as Nova. Okay? I found that. Well, Comic Book Movie did an article about it, talking about how there's rumors gaining traction that XOLO Mariduena has been cast as Nova. They didn't say where they got the information, but I didn't see anyone else talking about it. I'm just saying. Anywho, XOLO actually got asked about it. And I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure Andrew Garfield did a better job of
Ready for whatever work has come my way, bro.
Trying to hide his Spider-Man-ness than this. This is someone asking XOLO Mariduena if he's in fact playing Nova. I'm gonna turn this down a bit because it was really loud in my ear. All right, here we go.
Nova over at Marvel? I mean, that would be cool too. Whatever. I mean, like, look, yeah, that'd be great. Shit, I'm ready for whatever work has come my way, bro. I'll hit up some push-ups. Whoever wants me to do some push-ups, I'm ready for you, bro. Yeah. No.
That's. I'm ready to do push-up. I'm ready for whatever comes my way. Can XOLO really do both Blue Beetle and Nova? What would be the bigger commitment? No, he can't. He cannot, because I have intimate knowledge of how those Disney contracts work. They are called the golden handcuffs for a reason. Okay? DC is the MCU's competitor. They're not going to allow an actor that's playing a pretty big character, a character that a lot of people have wanted to see for a long time. And, they use not just for solo projects, but they use them all over the place, okay? So they need them to be pretty open. In some situations, they're like, yeah, you could do these indie things, anything that's not affiliated with superhero stuff, go for it. But they are not going to allow him to be booked up at DC and hire him for Marvel at the same time. Think about it. They need him available. They need him open. And they're certainly not going to be cool with him working for the competitor. Non-compete clause. Exactly. I mean, that's business. That's absolute business. When I hired stylists to work in my salon, they had to sign a non-compete. They could not work at any other salon or do any cosmetology related services outside of my salon within a 40-mile radius. So they didn't compete with our business that's taking money out of my pocket. Same principle. Loki says, as a Marvel guy, less people know who Nova is than Jaime. Maybe. I know a lot of people that love Nova. My kids included. That's just me. If Ryan, this is funny. Ryan Reynolds going to Will Smith over it would be amazing. It would be great. Defend your woman. Defend the mother of your children. But yeah, they won't allow him. I'm just telling you that my gut instinct is that his work as Jaime is pretty much done. He's already recorded his voiceovers for the animated series that's coming out next year. But I don't see him doing anything beyond that. Look at him. He knows. He's Richard Rider. It's still up on the production list. It's still there. And Sunday at the Saturn Awards, someone asks him about it, and he gives this really super weird response.
Over at Marvel? I mean, that would be cool too. Whatever.
Look at his face. He's not making eye contact. Refusing to make eye contact.
Shit, I'm ready for whatever work has come my way, bro. I'll hit up some push-ups. Whoever wants me to do some push-ups, I'm ready for you, bro.
But while he's talking about it, no eye contact. He's looking everywhere but the reporter. Let's see which got him. He's lying. See this? Okay. Ricardo Ryder. Okay. See his eyes. The direction his eyes are going. Okay. So many of you know Mama, who's coming next week. My mama worked for intelligence for 30 plus years for the government. Okay. She is a living, breathing human lie detector. That was her specialty. Pardon me. Interrogation. One, she looked like a grandma, so she was disarming, but she was highly trained in reading body language, your breathing, fidgeting, eye movements. This is why I'm a terrible liar. I can't lie worth a shit because my grandma always busted me. She also could use a polygraph machine, but she didn't really need one for the most part. And she's trained in handwriting analysis and all this other stuff. Anyway, she always busted me for lying right away because for the my eyes always busted me. When you are searching for information that you remember, like when you're basically like a computer searching through files for the right information, when you're doing that, your eyes will go up and to the left. They'll go to the left. They just go off that direction. It's just a nervous system response. Your eyes go that way. When you're trying to make up something, and you're looking for the creative response, i.e. lying, your eyeballs go to the right. Most people can't control that. You guys crack me up with your conversation with Streamlabs. I'm going to have to remove that somehow. I don't know how, but I'm going to. Anyway, she taught me that it all starts with the eyes. Left is finding factual information. Right is a creative response. You're creating, you're using your imagination, you're lying. Left for truth, right for lies. His eyes keep going to the right. So my gut instinct says I'm right. He is cast as Xolo. That's funny. So yeah. This is a way worse response than I am not the werewolf. I am not the werewolf. This is a way worse response, in my opinion. Tell me what you think of that. Tell me what you think of that. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Okay, so you know what? I'm not going to get into the Captain America, Brave New World. Do we really need to keep talking about this? I mean, it's getting excessive. We really need to get to the AI stuff. Apparently it connects to Doomsday. By the time you get to Doomsday, you'll have Sam at his finest in his finest hour. Finest. Basically saving the world. So great. So Sam's going to single-handedly save the world without any serum. And they've released another clip. Tomby! Good morning, Tomby! Most you can with training. With training, you absolutely can. Not a lot of people can. It takes talent. It's gotta focus on it. Train yourself not to do that. Oh yeah, let him have. But I got a thing hanging off. Okay. They've released another clip of him and Harrison Ford on Air Force One. Harrison Ford on a treadmill. Like they're steadily ruining every single aspect of this film. So the movie comes out next week and we know everything about it. Oops. We know everything about it. Every surprise is spoiled. Anthony Mackie running his mouth, sticking his foot in it. Whoever is in charge of the marketing for this film is either brand new and doesn't understand the point of marketing, or this movie is just that bad that they don't care. And this has been my theory for some time, that the more you see about a film, the more that is leaked, the more that is released, the worse the film is. They're trying to manufacture hype. They're trying to take control of the narrative, get out in front of it. But the less you see, the less leaks, the less that's released, tends to be a better film. That's just been my theory so far. So I'm just kind of over it. Like, can we be done, please, with just let this movie come out and rip the Band-Aid off. All right. So now for our main event, our meat and potatoes. People are accusing Marvel of having used AI for their new posters for Fantastic Four. People have used this one as an example. They've circled the little girl's hand here, saying, do we not know how many fingers? But, bro, she's got the right amount of fingers. I don't see anything wrong here. I'm not seeing the big deal on this poster. Marvel has come out to say that they didn't use AI. Creative blue collar guy responding to my theory about releasing information about movies. Say what you will about Nosferatu, but I went to see it in the theater largely because you had to see the movie to see how Count Orlok was going to look. They kept it a surprise. Exactly, because they knew they had something. They knew they had something. See? Theory's starting to hold a little water. But yeah, here's one of the posters. Marvel has said they didn't use AI. A lot of other people are claiming bullshit. So then you've got this poster. And they're claiming that this one's AI and that they have proof. They've circled a couple things here. Actually, here's the poster. So they're saying that the first issue. Why isn't it letting me zoom in? My computer sucks sometimes. Okay, so here's the full poster. That's weird. That's so weird. I don't understand why it does that. This one will let me zoom in. Okay, so the first thing they point to is this dude's hand. We see 3 fingers and a thumb. And they're saying that means it's AI. Couple of things. My first instinct, and this is simply because of who I am. My brother was born he was missing his left hand and his right hand was deformed. And I grew up in Shriners Hospital for Crippled Children. That's exactly what it was called, mind you. Okay, not being crass, telling you what it was called. Shriners Hospital, and there were a lot of kids with orthopedic issues with their hands. I knew a lot of kids who had hands that looked like this. So before we just jump to conclusions automatically, sometimes people are born that way or they lost a finger or whatever. Define AI because the definition. Okay, so AI, define AI because the definition people use today, spell check, is AI. That's true. There are certain filters that I use when graphic designing and making thumbnails, etc., that are considered AI. But I think what they're saying is generative, that they use generative AI to create images. And they're claiming that here is an example of that. And that was my second point, that Nerdling First Class Backyard TARDIS has brought up. The missing finger can be placed on the back side of the pole. That's another thing that could be absolutely true. That's another thing. The middle finger could be obscuring. It could also be a Photoshop mistake. It could be an absolute mistake with Photoshop using different filters. Okay, so there's that. There's the first thing. The second thing people pointed out is right here. This person hasn't circled it, but someone had circled right here. And I was like, well, that looks like a Brownie camera. I used to collect old cameras and I had a couple of these. There's nothing wrong with that camera. And they said the issue that they have that is AI is that here's this lady's face right here, and that it's the exact same face up here in this red circle. And I said, well, that doesn't necessarily mean generative AI. That could just be copying and pasting to fill in the crowd. That's very common. That's okay. So then they also have this circled over here, but that doesn't look AI to me at all. I see all the fingers. It's just out of focus. There's the old man. There's his arm. It's just very out of focus. So I'm not seeing anything that's going to make me instantly cry AI, because from what I can tell, it's very well defined. I don't know. I mean, I can't say Yes, 100%. This is not AI because I wasn't there. I wasn't there. But I'm just saying you can't rule out that this is actually someone's hand, and that either a finger is obscured behind a pole or behind another finger, or due to a cutting his hand out. I mean, that's something that could have happened. That finger could have absolutely be stretched upright behind this pole, and when they cut him out, they cut out the finger, either by accident or whatever they were doing. That very well could be something that happened. But this is the Thunderbolts poster all over again, I'm afraid, when they said that Lewis Pullman's hand had an extra finger when all it was the frame cut it off. Tomby said, in my opinion, these images have been generated by AI, then further manipulated by the users. All the telltale signs are there with additional editing. Colors, tones, depths, many things. I don't know. These feel like real people, to me at least, especially down here in the front. Why it doesn't let me zoom in there? It's really annoying. Let me try this. See if it'll let me. And then go back. See what it does. Nope, it's being a jerk. So fun. So fun. I don't know why it's doing this to me. Hey, Herbie. That's really obnoxious. Wow. Okay. So my computer is just really annoying. I don't know. It could go either way. It could go either way. I definitely feel like these people in front are real. The crowd feels copy and pasted, with the repeating faces. I guess the only way to know is if we were actually there. Blue Collar, wouldn't be surprised if they started using AI for posters and other promo art, but overall, I think they've fixed the hand issue to where it's very hard to tell. Yep. I mean, they definitely used AI for Secret Invasion. There's no denying that. This needs to be, yes. Loki asks, can I ask the obvious question? Why is this a problem? Has no bearing on the movie. You're right. Let's be honest here. AI is a tool. It's just a tool. It's a tool that you can use and create with responsibly, obviously. I mean, I used it to make our Cynthia Erivo Storm and Will Smith Matrix, which, boy, that turned out just to be a freaking video. Will Smith. The teaser, the teaser for the teaser that Marvel released. Somebody was saying that, yeah, it was AI and they used it 3 different times. If you listen to it, they don't sound completely identical. There's similarities, probably because it's the same kids laughing, but I don't think that was AI. And imagine how these little kids must feel that they get to do a Marvel thing. They get to do a Marvel thing and everyone is calling them AI. That's got to hurt. That's got to hurt. Tell that to John Connor. Oh. But AI can be helpful with filters, spell check, and nothing that we have used or are using right now is actual artificial intelligence. It's not. What the AI that we have now is algorithmic. It's algorithmic, meaning it searches all of the known information that is available on the internet, and it compiles a generalization of what you are describing. Like finding an average. It's algorithmic. It's not creating new things. It's compiling and kind of mashing together. All you people are fine with it means you're actually Skynet employees. Admit it. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. It doesn't bother me if they did. I mean, really, it's the movie I'm more excited about. And from what I've seen already, like this looks great. I'm excited to see it. This is a very Beatles on Ed Sullivan, shot. It's an algorithm based on keywords from prompts. Yes. An AI movie won a Saturn Award. Late Night with the Devil was done with What? No way. Was it really? How do you know that? How do you know that? Show me how you know that. I want to look into that. But yeah, I think the film looks good. They used mostly practical sets and effects. They did The Thing is a combination of CGI and practical. That's dope. That's how it should be done. So I don't think the posters have any bearing on the film whatsoever. I think the online fighting and discourse is just something to bitch about. 1,000%. Dominic Riley on X wrote about it. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to look that up. Because the writing, not the visuals. Well, I'll have to look that up. I feel that The Acolyte was ChatGPT. I have said that from the beginning. It feels like ChatGPT. So far from what I've seen of the Fantastic Four trailer, I don't think it is. Now, just because it's not AA doesn't mean it's not dangerous. Didn't say that. Any tool can be dangerous. And that is a fact. Have you seen the online fighting that people are calling Vanessa Kirby ugly? Now I know you a liar. You're just straight lying. But I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, here we go. Here's our clip. Oh, he's on a Peloton. Oh, God. How is this going to convince people to go see this movie? If the Red Hulk clips and the Falcon clips didn't convince people to come spend money to watch this movie, how is this going to do it? God, Harrison Ford is barely younger than my grandparents. Honestly, I think AI could do better than The Acolyte. That's hilarious. 5. So this is what they released to help convince people to go see the movie. He's old. Don't you get it down? You want to see it? I think Harrison Ford's name is enough. Yeah, they certainly do. Yeah, it feels like a desperate move. It feels like desperation. They're desperate. They know they've got a stinker on their hands. They've known for a while. But if you have any last minute questions, comments, emotional outbursts, please leave it in the chat below. We are wrapping things up. Thank you so much for starting your Wednesday with me and chatting, just hanging out, having a nice chill stream. If you would like to help support the channel, the best way to do that is the easiest and it is the freest way possible. And that is just by giving me a big fat thumbs up by hitting that like button below. Subscribe if you're new and ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more nerdy goodness. If you would like to help support the channel in other ways, since Loki wanted to bring up my mouse and tell me it's misappropriation of funds, my live stream software costs $40 a month just to do this part. It's $40. My editing software, all of my editing software is about $60 a month. Not to mention the other stuff I pay to give me analytics and crap like that. So that's where all that money went. I went to pay for all the streaming software so I can keep doing this 5 days a week for you guys. And I am working on breakdowns, so I use it for that too. Obviously. But after all this stuff gets paid, then I buy new equipment. So if you want to help with that, if you want to help keep me on the air, so to speak, then I have some options for you to choose from, and they're all unbelievably appreciated. We have this QR code right here that takes you to buymeacoffee.com/comicsandmua, and you can tip me as little or as much as you like. We also have Cash App for that very same option. So there are choices, and all of these links are in the description below. You can also join our Patreon, become a member in the Nerdling Army by going to patreon.com/comics, and you get your own rank and insignia. You get exclusive merch every 3 months for the first year of your patronage. You get behind the scenes outtakes, announcements that I don't tell anyone else. I always tell Patreon first. There is an exclusive chat for Nerdling Army members and other stuff. Like if I have something new, like something I'm working on, something I'm writing, I put it in Patreon. And nobody else gets to see that, just you guys. So there are 3 tiers, starting as little as $3 a month. And like I said, you get your own exclusive merch every 3 months for the first year of your patronage. So if you would like to join the Nerdling Army, patreon.com/comicsand is the place to do it. I also have a merch store, comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. All of my graphic designs, all of it goes up on the merch store. There's stuff for Dune, Superman, X-Men, Star Wars, Star Trek. I mean, there's literally I have so many designs we can't keep track of them. Even stuff with Tiny, even the movie posters I've done with Tiny. It's all on Etsy.com. So definitely check that out. All proceeds go to the channel. And I'm also sponsored by Apotheosis Comics and Lounge in St. Louis. So if you need some comic books, you want to get a comic book subscription, go to shopapotheosis.com/comicsand and use code comicsand at checkout for 10% off. My gift to you. So thank you so much. I'm also a member of the Red 5 Network. We are a collection of exclusively very, very nerdy podcasts and content creators. So if you like this, you're probably going to like more of the Red 5 Network. Check out the Red 5 family by going to red5.bio.link and do it today. Do it today. Loud noises. Loud noises. Loud noises. But that's all I got for you guys today. I super appreciate you hanging out, and the highlight of every day for me. And I super, super appreciate you guys. But I'm going. I'll see you tomorrow morning. I've been Danny. You've been awesome. And I'll see you in the next one. Be on Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you.